now. Yeah, I will record the session, and for those club instructors that like me to send them a copy of the recording, I'll do that for you as well. Okay, but just let me know afterwards and I'll send it on to you. Try and take on board all the things that I say about why we do things, the way we do things, the terminology, and that's for everybody, but particularly for club instructors. Okay, so the order of the day is I'm going to start off with Goju Warmup and explain about that and how and why we do that. I'll explain about basic technique. When I tell you about basic technique, don't take it in the literal form that it's basics, because what basics is. It's the correct use of the techniques, yeah, and it's actually very senior. If you get good form and good performance, that's what we mean by good basics. It's not elementary, in other words. It's far from it. It's actually good senior and very good detailed techniques. Okay, so bear with me with that and try and remember what me and Sensei Len told you. We'll start off formally first, so I'll put myself in the spotlight, and then we'll change that later on when Sensei Len is teaching. Okay, so if everybody can just line up. That's good. Okay, so from there, Hesokodachi, Musubidachi, Hekodachi. Okay, raise your big toes down and the other toes up. And ni, san, shi, go, tsuki, hachi, For those that are instructors, we work from the floor upwards or from the feet upwards when we do the warm-up, yeah, in the traditional way. So we start with the feet, ankles, knees, hips, etc., and go all the way up to our head. Okay. From there, outside the feet, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, wuk, sich, hach, ke, ju. Up on your toes, back on your heels, ni, san, shi, go, wuku, siji, haji, ke, ju. So we're doing stretching the body, but also adding some aerobic type work in between that as well. So feet together, Hesokodachi. Keep hands on your knees. Keep your arms straight. Bend your knees. Ichi, ni, san. Then Musubidachi. Ichi. Keep your arms straight. Ni. Keep your hands on your knees. San. Okay. From there, Shikudachi. Back upright. Shoulders back. Right. From there, just down and hold your ankles. Push back on your knees. Hands on your knees, shoulders back, push your right shoulder in, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, wuku, siji, haji, ke, ju. Okay, turn to your left, Zenko Sudachi, try and keep your back straight. Knee above the toes. And change. Change. And change. Just dropping back, toes up in the air. And change. Change. And change. Good. Walk your feet in. Okay, from there, Hekodachi and big turn of your hips this way, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, keep your hips still, keep your legs still, bend forward from the waist, and then turn your upper body, keeping your lower body still. And then anti-clockwise. Okay, good. So now we add a bit of aerobic work in our warm-up. Put your hands about the same height as your belt. Lift your right knee to hit your right hand. Ichi, and hidari, knee, san, chi, go, wugu, siji, haji, go, ju. Right knee to left hand. Ichi, the other way, knee, san, chi, go, wugu, siji, haji, go, ju. Okay, from here now, we do right knee to right hand, left knee to left hand, and then right knee to left hand, left knee to right hand. Okay, 4 techniques. Ready? 1. And again. 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 Okay, good. Right leg back. We'll just swing our leg up now. Ichi, knee, san, chi, go, wugu, siji, haji, ku, ju. Change legs. Ichi, knee, san, chi, go, wugu, siji, haji, ku, ju. Good, okay. From there, lift your right knee up, above your belt height, down to the side, and back down again. The other leg, ichi, knee, ichi, knee, ichi, knee, ichi, knee, ichi, knee. Now the other way, lift it up to the side, right leg, back to the front and down. Hidari, knee, san, chi, go, wugu, siji, haji, ku, ju. Okay, good. Just swing your arms around this way. Okay, right hand up, more shuki, stretching over to your right. Try and keep your arms up by your ear. Left knee. Change. Breathe in, breathe out. Ichi, breathe in, breathe out. Ichi, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now behind, ushura. And then. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Good. Right arm forward, left arm underneath, and just stretching the deltoids. Change. Right hand above the head this way. Keep your head upright. Change hands. Don't bend your head or neck. Good. Right hand up, fingers upright. Left hand behind and push. Try and pull your fingers back as much as you can, more than me. Same hand, fingers down. Change hand, fingers up. Get your thumbs in if you can. Good performance of the kata if you keep your thumbs in. Fingers down. Okay, right hand, just bend your wrist down. So this is for Goju Block. So a lot of these basic exercises are to prepare yourself for doing your karate techniques. So this is in Sensei Len Kata and Super Pei. Okay, and then from there, look at the palm of your hand, put your right thumb behind and twist. So this is for kata soyun chin, when you do the blocks in soyun chin and other katas. So when you do this in soyun chin, yeah. So change hands, bend your wrist down, ko uki, ko meaning wrist, uki meaning block, ko uki. Keep your elbow down. Good basic technique, the elbow should be down because that's the way that you should be doing your block. Keep your elbow in tight. Okay. Thumb in here and twist. Okay, keep your hand to shake. Right, from there, hands on your belt, look to your right. Pull your left shoulder back and back to pull both shoulders back. Keep your head upright as you turn. Look to the front, breathe in. Look to the left and breathe out, both shoulders back. This is preparing you for Gikso Daichi and all the other katas. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, hands down by your side. Drop your head to your right, Miggy, and drop your left shoulder down. And change. And change. Good. Okay, we'll do some push-ups. Okay, when you do your push-ups, if you can, do them on Seikin. If you're below 18 years of age, you can only do them very, very sparingly. So generally children shouldn't do this. When you do your push-ups, try and bear your weight onto the first knuckle, that knuckle, about 70%, and then 30% onto the second knuckle, okay? This does two things. It prepares you to be able to punch correctly, and also it strengthens up your wrist and lower arm and hand for when you make contact with something, okay? Right, so make contact with the bag. You need everything to be in a straight line from that knuckle all the way down. So by doing push-ups on your knuckles, that's the way you can improve that. What I would say to you is, it's not really just making your skin tougher, really. It's about being able to punch correctly. So if we do, all of us do 20 push-ups. If you're a junior, just 10, okay? In your own time, where you go. Okay, everybody done that? Did they all do that, Sensei Len? So everybody okay with that? Good. Well done, everybody. So yeah, so push-ups on your knuckles. Let me see another 15 push-ups. Where you go. Okay, good. So let me just explain one more time. If you do your push-ups on the other knuckles, that's wholly wrong. Okay, don't do that. I'd rather you didn't do it at all on your knuckles if you're going to do it on the other knuckles there. It may initially be easier for you to do that, but it won't give you any benefit whatsoever. Okay, you should not be hitting or contacting anything with these knuckles. These knuckles are too weak. Okay, you'll just break your knuckles if you hit anything with those. Hit with your first knuckle is the main thing, and then with your second knuckle. Don't do push-ups on the other knuckles whatsoever. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do now is we're going to do some moving techniques. We'll do what's called suriashi, sliding foot. I'm going to lift my foot up now towards the screen. I'll just show you. Excuse my dirty feet. But when we slide on the floor, we need to make contact with the heel and this part of the foot here. Yeah, the ball of the foot. We need to keep that as close as we can to the floor. To be able to do that, when we slide, we lift our toes up like this. Lift our toes up. Keep this in touch with the floor, this in touch with the floor. When we stop, then we can put our toes flat on the floor, and we can, if you can do it, spread your toes and flatten the ball, the arch of the foot. If you've got any questions on that or anything else, then send me a chat and I'll try and explain. Try and keep your feet close to the floor when you move. So explanation of how we move our feet is called suriashi, sliding foot. We can do it in two ways. We can do it what's called tenshin, body shifting. So that's what we're going to do first, or tai sabaki, which is body evasion. Right, so what we'll do first is we'll do suriashi in tenshin, which is body shifting. Okay, so if we start off then in, let's just move my screen, one moment please. Okay, so if we go hekodachi this way, feet hip width apart, just want you to slide to your right and get your guard up this way, I think, Chidan Kamai. Slide to your right and finish in hekodachi. Ready, ichi. So we try and get our feet to finish the same way as we started. Okay, slide hidari, ni, migi-san, shi, go. Ruku, shiji, haji, ka, ju. So can you hear my feet on the floor? I'm not sure if you can, but you should be able to hear yourself sliding if you've got a hard floor. If you've got a carpet, a little bit different, you need to raise your weight distribution a little bit higher off the floor as you move, okay? From this side then, what we're going to do is slide, and then we're going to do a technique. So we're going to slide to the right and punch Kizamazuki, which is jab punch with our left hand. Ready, ichi, this way. Now we're going to slide to our left, hidari, and punch migi. Ni, san, shi, go, ruku, shiji, haji, ka, ju. Okay, slide to the right this time, just watch me first. Slide, Nihonzuki, 2 punches. Hidari first, then migi. Okay, from there, slide to the right, migi. Ready, 2 punches. Ichi. Okay, we're going to slide the other way. Ni, san, shi, go, ruku, shiji, haji, ka, ju. Good, okay. Give your arms a shake, give your legs a shake. Okay, so tenshin, body shifting, is a good way of defending yourself against an attacker. So really, you just don't want to be there when somebody comes to attack you. So you need to move and move fast. Sometimes you can move to the side. Sometimes you can move slightly to the back. It's not very good just to go straight back, because then the attacker then has still got the upper hand. So really you want to try and move to the side where you can. So what we'll do now, we'll move off slightly diagonally to the side and backwards. So we'll move migi this way and back to the side like this, then back to the front. Okay, ready? So to to the right and backwards, ichi, and then back to the middle. Now we go the other way, hidari, ni, and then back to the middle. Migi, san, and back. Shi, and back, go, and back. Okay, so this type of shifting, where we move back diagonally, is good when the attacker is coming in really fast and really, really hard. Okay, because we can get out of the way, but still maintain a defensive position against the attacker. So we're off obliquely to the side. Okay, this time then we're going to move diagonally to the right and forward. That way, ready? So ichi, and then back to the middle. And then the other way, ni, and back to the middle. San, and back to the middle. Shi, back to the middle. Go, and back to the middle. Look at Siji, Haji, Ke, Jo. Okay, good. So this is particularly good to gain an advantage against the attacker. So as the attacker comes in, you can move out of the way, and then they're at a disadvantage by you being slightly behind them as they attack. Okay, we'll add a blocking movement as we move. So this time we're going to do a tashi barai this way. So it's like a shote barai this way. Shote being the palm, barai meaning sweeping block. So we'll go shote barai, moving midi this way, and then punching oizuki this way, or kizamazuki. Ready? So one more time to the right, a tashi barai, ichi, and back to the middle. We go the other way, ni, and back. San, and back. Shi, and back. Go, and back. Roku, and back. Siji, and back. Haji, and back. Ke, and back. Jo, and back. So notice that you can do your attack either shote or seikin this way. So this, you may understand, comes from Shisoshin kata this way. Yeah, so blocking and counter-attacking this way. When we do this in Shisoshin applications, it's good almost to go straight forward because we move our hips out of the way of the attack and still maintain the upper hand. So we strike down one and striking forward oizuki this way, shote. So we try that more forward as we slide. Ready? Ichi, and then back again. Ni, and back again. San, and back again. Shi, and back again. Go, and back. Walk, and back. Siji, and back. Haji, Ke, Jo. Good, okay. So variations on that are blocking down Gidan Barai this way as well. So like a Gidan block. From there, we can then do a different counter attack. So we do Mawashi going this way. So kicking them in the middle. So Gidan Barai, one, and then from there, Mawashi going this way. We go the other way, Gidan Barai, and Mawashi go. Ichi, San, Shi, Go. Okay, if they're very close, you can kick hizageri. So as you block down, you can grab hizageri this way. So we try that. Ready? Ichi, hizageri. Ni, hizageri. San, Shi, Go. Good. I'll just come back to the computer. So you can regulate and change your counter attack depending on what distance you've got from the attacker. So that's an explanation and practice of tenshin, body shifting. Okay. Try and remember to keep your feet close to the floor at all times. body evasion is called Tai Sabaki. Okay, and I'll just explain and show you that. So Tai Sabaki is very good when you're caught and you have to evade very, very late, but also for strong techniques as well. So Tai Sabaki, if you get your feet hekodachi again, like this, get your feet hekodachi. What I want you to do is bring your left heel back and back in line with the with your camera, and then back again this way. So we try the other foot. Ready? Knee and back. Sun and back. Shi and back. Go and back. Look and back. Siji and back. Haji and back. Kur and back. Ju and back. Good. So the way to do that is to pull your hips back, and it pulls your leg back. So we try that one more time. Remember, pulling your hip back to bring your leg back. Ready? 10 each side. Your own count. Way you go. Okay, good. So Tai Sabaki. Added with that, we can use our arms to block as well. So, for instance, if we've got a fairly low level attack, a middle level attack, we can block with the inside of the lead arm this way. That's very good then for counter-attacking as we wish. So we'll try that. We'll go Tai Sabaki, bring your right hip back just slowly first one, and block with the left arm this way. From there, left foot forward and striking Haito Uchi this way. Okay? One more time just slowly. Ready, right hip back, one, block with left arm. Left foot forward, Haito Uchi. Covering with your left hand. We'll just do the same side a few more times. Ready? Ichi, knee. Ready? Ichi, knee. Ichi, knee. Okay, we'll try the other way. So very slowly, left hip back, blocking with the right hand. From there, right foot forward, Haito Uchi. Keeping his hand covered. Ready? So left hip back, Ichi. Right foot forward, knee, Haito Uchi. Ready? Ichi, knee. Ready? Ichi, knee. Ichi, knee. Good. So we've got various counter attacks we can use. We don't actually have to use that one. We can use lots of other different counter attacks. And that's the beauty of what we do. We've got so many options. Okay, so imagine then somebody's coming into you with a very strong yokogeri, very strong side kick going forward. So they're coming into you like this. Yeah, very strong kick. We'll use Tai Sabaki, one of the options, use Tai Sabaki, but block what we call uryuki this way. So if they're coming in for you with their right foot migi, we really want to block on the back of their leg as it comes in this way. Okay? And then once we've done that, we can then, much the same, come back in and strike Yakuzuki this way in Zenkusudachi. So we're trying to just move your right foot back first, block left arm uryuki, one, and then left foot forward, Yakuzuki, and then back. We'll try the other way, ichi, knee, and back. 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 Good. So that's an option for yokogeri. defense of. There is another one which I know Sensei Len uses, which is what they call augmented block, where we don't only use one block, but we use the other block as well. So we're going to use Gidambarai and Udiuki together. So imagine then that we've got an attacker coming in using a really, really good, strong side foot kick. As they come in, we can step this way, Senkusudachi backwards, block Udiuki and Gidambarai. So it's augmented, much stronger block, okay? So we try that. Stepping backwards, 45 degrees to the left, block Gidambarai and Udiuki, this way. We go the other way, knee, san, shi, go, rugu, siji, haji, ke, ja. Good. So that's just a variation and an option for blocking. What I would say to you is that we're using tension, body shifting as the main component of getting out of the way of an attack. Yeah. The hand techniques and the arm use is important, but the main thing is to move out of the way. Yeah. And we can move out of the way, and sometimes in such a way that we make minimal contact with the attacker. Yeah. So body shifting and body evasion is really key. Okay. And a lot of senior instructors promote that as well. If you're like me, I'm a little bit thirsty. Would you all like to go and get yourselves a drink? Mind you, I'm talking quite a lot. So. Sensei Len, can you hear me? I'm not sure if Sensei Len can get us on the computer.
Can you hear me, Kevin?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was trying to call you on the.
Yeah, I only got as far as the sink and about to take a glass of water.
Oh, right.
No problem.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, this is my old computer. It works fine. A brand new one that's, I'm told. I used it on Thursday for our brown and black belt session, and it was fine.
Oh, right. So I don't know how much you were involved with that or what you saw and heard.
Yeah, I saw 90% of it.
Oh, good. Okay. So, yeah, we obviously we just covered 10.
I was doing it as well. I hope you noticed.
I wasn't looking at the screen, but I'm sure you were, yeah. Yeah, so tension, tai sabaki, etc., and moving your feet close to the floor. We did mention that you were going to do some kata stuff. Would you like to introduce that now, Sensei? Because we've had sort of...
Yeah, that's fine. And then at, say, 20 past, I'll hand back to you.
Okay, yes, that'd be fine, Sensei, yes.
Because you've got your tennis balls to do, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah. So, yeah, we'll introduce those as a training method.
Yeah, that's good. Just before you hand over, let me just pick that glass of water up.
Okay, and then I'll make you spotlight as well, Sensei. So does anybody want to ask any questions or anything about what we've just did, or they need some clarification? If you do, just put your thumbs up, or and I'll try and unmute you. Other than that, you can always do a chat.
I have a question, Sensei.
Yes.
What do you call this block? We did it earlier.
Inside arm block. Anybody like to come in with that?
I call it just Geidan Uke.
Yeah, I think there probably is a name for it, and you really caught me on the hop on that one, Sensei Matt. I know, I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. So yeah, I think it might be Gedan Udiuki, inside block. So Chudan Udiuki is this way, maybe Gedan Udiuki.
Thank you, Sensei.
So Sensei Len might know, but I won't put him on the spot.
100% behind you on that one.
Okay, good. Right, so now I'm going to pass over to Sensei Len. As I'll reiterate, if you need to ask any questions, please do so by the chat facility on the computer, or just put your hand up or thumb up and we'll try and answer you. I'll now hand you over to Sensei Len.
Okay, thank you very much, Ray.
I got to guess this.
I missed the start because my new computer, for some reason, wouldn't play sound, and I've been running about for ages. So I've gone back to the old one. It's always good to have a spare, and that is a good philosophy in self-defense. So not just one block, but two. Not just a block, but a block and a move. Not just one punch, but follow up with a second one. Good philosophy. Anyway, I don't know if Sensei Kevin mentioned, you probably did, but Sensei Lorimos, who died a few days ago, was a very dear friend and student of mine. I'll give you a 1-second history. But I remember the first morning he turned up at the Tilehurst Club in Dojo, in Reading, the Tilehurst Dojo in Reading, forgotten how to speak. And as we were finishing, he asked me, what's all that about? And I told him, and he said, I couldn't do that, I've got asthma. So I showed him a bit of Sanshin breathing. He really was a bit of a, I wouldn't say he's a wreck, he's a very strong man in those days still, but and he was only 40 years old, but he had trouble breathing. And he spent a lot of time learning Sanshin very early on, and his breathing improved immensely. And as you all know, he got to his 4th dan in karate and made lots of friends. Second message, I won't talk it very long, but today is Valentine's Day. So any of you husbands that are taking time out away from your wife, make sure you spoil her when you get back. Any of you wives that are taking time out from your husbands, just give them a hard time for making you happy. Okay, well, let's start. We're going to do movements from kata for the first 15 minutes or so. And trying to follow on from what Sensei Kevin was saying about Suriyashi, keeping your feet in contact with the floor, moving your hips to accelerate the rest of your body, and placing of your body in attacks. If you practice kata and you think about what you're doing, you will be practicing self-defense using those techniques. Okay, Koski. Right. Okay, we'll warm up just with Kiksa Daichi. You're going to do each move as part of a triple. So we're going to, move number 1 is block, punch, block. Move number 2 would be punch, block, punch. Anyone that doesn't understand, just watch the pictures for a few moments and you'll catch up. Koski, I'm going to put you on gallery because I don't think I need to show you this again. So what I'd like you to do is be first finished. Okay, but don't do it wrong. So Sensei Kevin's watching for anyone that makes mistakes. I'll watch for first finished. Anyone makes mistakes gets 50 push-ups. First finished doesn't get any unless he made a mistake. Okay, as a challenge for you. Yoin, begin. Okay, Yabe, let's do it one more time. Just an additional rule. I'm sorry I spent so long saying Yame, but I was enjoying watching Sensei Len. So, it's steps, get the count. Steps. So when we get to here, you're doing the kick and elbow strike. That's one step. This part, block, back fist punch, you know what I mean, back fist block punch is one count. I'll count this time. Yo. So you're going to do block, punch, block. 1. So you're going to do punch, block, punch. 2. So you're going to do block, block, block. 3. Looking to your left. Now you're going to do block, punch, block. 2. So you're going to do punch, block, punch. 3. Now, block, block. So Gedan Barai, Chudanuki, Gedan Barai. 1, 2, 3. Chudanuki, Chudanuki, Chudanuki. 1, 2, 3. Chudanuki. That's it, okay. 1, 2, 3. And Chudanuki, Chudanuki. Kick, elbow strike, Chudanuki. Let's go back to left Chudanuki. That's good, excellent. So this time, kick, elbow strike, 3-hand techniques, elbow strike. Go. Three techniques, sweep and strike. Go. Okay, let's all make sure. Let's go back to the beginning. We won't do that anymore, but that's something that you can do on your own, spend a bit of time thinking about it and make it a good technique improver exercise. So you work on the basics and make it better. Okay, and also good for your stamina. So, but just to make sure that you've not totally forgotten Geksa Daichi, particularly someone who's married to Jackie, and I'm not going to say his name. We will Geksa Daichi hard and fast. Yo, punch. Okay, let's all just get a little bit of strength in our legs. Go into Shikodachi, and we're just going to remind ourselves of Kikyuke. Let's do that with your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Toshiyuki, dropping ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Mawashiyuki. And back to just relax your hands. 1. Forget the Toraguchi, just the block. 2, 3, 4. So I hope you saw in that 1, 2, 3, all the same. One big message about Goju, it looks very complicated sometimes, but so much of the moves are the same because we want them to be strong and good. Okay, so let's do each of those moves from a kata, kick sadai knee. So in this position, left foot in front, hikuki. You're going to step forward, block and block. And I want you to concentrate on your timing. So if you think about it, I've said this 1,000 times, so excuse me if you get bored, but if someone's attacking you, this is also very quick, but he thinks, tells his body what to do, then starts to do it. So an attack, but it's only when he starts to do it that you can then tell your body what to do. So he would usually start with a movement of his body, then a movement of his hands to get in range. So if you think about it, most attacks are made up of think, move, attack. If you've got to defend by going think, move, defend, he's started one ahead of you. He's done think, you've done nothing. He starts to move, that makes you think. His attack comes and you move. And then it hits you, then you block. That's no good. You must block him in a count of 2, not a count of 3. So think about this as a fundamental principle. When a punch or a kick, anything comes, move and block together. That doesn't mean not focus, and it doesn't mean they're absolutely together, but they're just about together. And there's small movements and focus movements that at the end of your technique that are very important. So we'll practice those 3 open hand techniques, moving and blocking together. Just watch one. This is not correct. Okay, don't step, start your block. Guy's hitting you, start your block immediately and block him as you move. Try to finish your block with a move. Move to the side, hikuki. 1, nikodachi. And back to the beginning. Let's go the other way. 2. Again. 3. Again. 4. Again. Just hikuki, hikuki. 1. Again. 2. 3. That's excellent. Now, sometimes you can use your covering hand as the main blocking hand. So let's do the same technique again. Moving to the side in cat stance. The blocking hand definitely finishes its move during the move. And as you finish your step, drop the head with the back of your wrist and let your hand fall over his arm. This technique's got the advantage that because you're hooked over his arm, subconsciously the attacker will resist that, which gives you time then to do something else, and he's got to get out of subconsciously thinking about this to thinking about his defense. So not only does it make a good block, but it gains you time. So we're going to move to this side, cover and block that. Let's just go the other way. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Very fast. 8. 9. 10. So you're using both hands and hooking and dropping. That also you're using the fact that you can drop your body weight with your arm. Let's do one more and don't move. Step 1. Do it once more. Now wait there. Everybody close your fist. It should be exactly the same as Chudan Uke. Okay, so don't drop it too low. Your feeling is that you're going to go through the floor. Okay, but don't worry. Let's do the third one. Mawashi Uke. Timing on the washuki again. Punch coming, you're deflecting, you're blocking. I'm into my stance. I haven't locked my stance, but I'm focusing on the block. Pull back and push. Okay? So step to your left. Make sure that that punch doesn't hit you. Start your block early. 1. Oh, don't start it before the step. Any defense is natural. Someone's going to hit me. I tend to move away from him. First, I tend to look at him. Second, I tend to move away. And third, I raise my hands. And they're all almost at the same time, but it's like a little chain reaction. Look, move, raise. And that's the way you should think about your blocking. Look, move, and block in a smooth movement. Don't do, somebody did this, don't know what, they went. Okay, so let's see if you can get that to pull into here at the same time as your leg pulls in. Watch again. So as I do my block, pull in. As I do my block, pull in. Okay, let's go from Nikodachi to Nikodachi. 1. Push. 2. 3. 4. Okay, now everyone stop for a moment. Take a deep breath, spread your chest. And this raises your center of gravity, which is not good. So, ibuku breathing means push your intestines down using your diaphragm, so your center of the gravity actually sinks. So breathe in deep and swallow the air. Breathe out. In, out. In, out. Step and do Hikkyuki with that breathing. As you do your cover, you're breathing in and you're breathing out at least half of your air on your block. 1, 2. I don't hear breathing. 3, 4. Now, down the Toshiyuki. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mawashiyuki. 1. And Doraguchi. 2, 3, 4. So you get those movements right, and you've got an awful lot of movements in your kata correct. So we're going to do, oh, crikey. We'll spend 3 or 4 minutes in Seiyun-shin, 5 or 6 minutes in Shizo-chin, and then my last 5 minutes in Sanseru. So we won't do all the katas, we'll just make sure we're getting something studied. Ski, right? Seiyun-shin. So don't move, your feet should be open. Your left foot pushes with the heel to help you step. Don't turn your toe out and step. Use the heel to push. Heel pushes. 1, 2. Elbows try to touch, but don't go too high. Maybe level with your chin's ideal, but it depends on your build. Close your fist. Small pinky touches, next finger touches, next finger, first finger. The knuckle of your thumb touches, that's the clue that you should then come apart. And your wrist straightens, same as a punch. Not bent like this. Because you're blocking, you can use that little bit of energy to add 1% to the effectiveness. Or it's an attack, same story. Let's do that again. 1. 2, scoop up and go over the top, pull. Let's get 1. As you breathe in, Don't raise your body up, but think that you have. As you breathe out, sink your body a small amount out. Let's do that again. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Okay, do another 4 times, but try to listen. When you do this movement, don't just go apart. Don't go forward. Go in between. Imagine you're holding a beach ball with its segments on it. Run your finger along that 45-degree segment and push up and down. Okay, that's good. That's the only bit of that we're doing. We've got 2 minutes left, so we'll look at what it means. In this move, you're turning your wrist and pushing up, turning and pushing up, turning and pushing up. Okay? So if you think someone's got a hold of your wrist, if you turn, if you can get your elbow down on your side, you can use the strength in your body to lift. So you're lifting. And the other one, the other meaning is from here, catching and pulling down. So we can put them together. Someone's caught my wrist, I can lift it up, I can catch his wrist and pull down, and this can be a block, but in this case, it's going to be a strike. Okay, it may not be the bunkai you do, but just now, for the last 60 seconds, we'll think that we're in this position. We've moved away from, say, a kick, maybe blocked it, and he's caught our wrist. So move in, and keep your knees well bent, and you can cross your hands. This is how we do it in the kata, but you can cross them here in the bunkai, raise up using your legs, catch his thumb side, pull it down, which bends him in an awkward place, step over this way, and strike to his groin. He's very off balance, and you can then stamp him in, or whatever. Okay, let's try that once more. So kick comes to here, let's block it, catches the wrist, stay low, just like Cypher, same sort of feel, that step in Cypher, but lift. So we've got to this point. This is the bunkai of this part. But you've got to get there for a reason, so that's our reason so far. Now, I've caught his punching arm, I've reached over and I've caught it. You can't do it to yourself because you need 2 right hands, but I've caught it with this one. I'm bringing it down, having twisted his arm, makes him do that, and this pulls his arm down lower, and that strikes him. Okay, one last time, go. Catch, pull down, strike to his groin. Don't do them together, it won't really work. Pull him off balance first, then hit him. Pull him off balance first, then hit him. Last time, go. That's great. Okay, let's look at Shochi. Earlier on, we did elbow strike to Sensei Len. Elbow strike, to be strong, coming up has to be kept well in. Okay, so when keeping it in, the only thing I'd advise you not to do is hit yourself. Okay, so imagine we've done, is this move we're practicing kick, elbow strike. Let's do a few of those just from this position. Step back. So you're in the left hip, you kick, and land, and push forward with your elbow strike. For now, think about hitting into Ganka or solar plexus, this weak area. For now. 1, 2. Block. 1, 2. The next move of the kata, you've got hip back, hand me, knee over your toe, body erect, and your elbow leading. We're going to punch with just the arm. I remember 100 years ago, somebody said to me, the reason you don't turn your hip is because he's too close. But obviously you could do a half punch and use the power of the back leg. So that didn't make sense. So the thing that makes sense, there must be some reason why I can't turn my hip. And the reason is, the way we do this bunkai often, is as you've landed, he's blocked your kick and he's throwing a punch towards you, and you use this elbow to push the arm to the side. Not hitting ground, not sotoki, you aim straight forward. You just take my word for it. If his shoulder's here and he's aiming here, he's coming on that line with his arm. If I push straight forward and meet his arm, it has to go past me. Okay, so I'm using this as both a block and attack. However, he's pressing on my arm. Okay, my hip's back. If I let go to turn, to punch him, his fist there, he'll hit me. So I've got to hold him. Remember earlier I said, if you're holding somebody for at least a fraction of a second, their focus will be in reaction to that. And more advanced people don't do that. They don't resist, they go on to the next step. However, we're talking about self-defense against usually unscientific people. So we're holding his arm. So we can't turn my hip because it takes the hold off the arm. So this punch has got to be strong, aimed at a nerve point at Ganka, but done fast. Let's practice that. So, Tanhikuke, 1. My shoulder moved. That was terrible. 2, 3. Can you all, well, you can do this, we're very short time. You can do this in the mirror screen afterwards. Just see if you're doing that, or if you're managing to punch. Let's do 10 punches for strength and speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do just 2 more because there's one extra bit to it. And that is, I would like to get some body weight into this. He's holding my arm, so I can't move. Well, yes, I can. I can move 1 millimeter. So as you punch, think that your whole body, without turning, just as one carved piece of wood, moves forward a few millimeters, just to add the body weight. So it's not a little flicky movement with your hand, but it's strong, as strong as you can. Do 4 more, go. Try and keep your head vertical, don't turn your head to one side. Excellent. Those of you who pay attention to what I say, actually maybe not many, so it won't matter, but I did say we were going to do a little bit of Seonshin, a little bit from Shoshin, a little bit of Sanseru. Well, poor old Shoshin has missed out. However, we'll go straight on to a tiny bit of Kurumfa, just for 4 minutes. So, stand like this. Think about a punch coming and you're just going to evade by turning your body. And you're also going to move the hand out the way. And you're also going to get the other hand up just so that you're into a high defense position. For some reason it's called dog posture. Sensei Kevin will know, he knows his Japanese. Is it Inugamai? Can't remember.
Yeah, Inugamai is doggy posture.
So that's this kind of thing,
yeah.
I think. Or is this Inugamai? I don't know anymore. Anyway, please refer to Sensei Kevin for that sort of stuff. So just move your body, and for safety, let's actually go slightly back and slightly to the side, raising your hand to cover, and this one up, so that you can do blocking with this hand. Punch, second punch comes. Come down on the inside bit and rotate your body to move his arm. Don't scoop with your arm. This arm comes down and then it's glued to your body and turns. So 1, 2. So your digging part is at the beginning. You're not digging up, you dig down and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if you can do the other side. 1, so cover and get ready. So you've pushed his hand away, second one comes down, in, and turn your body, turn. How to do so? 1, 2. Let's go to the other side. 1, step across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I think finish with just a little breathing, and then back to Sensei Kevin for a bit more. Just something I mentioned to the brown black belts on Thursday about Sanshin, the Sanshin kata, the Sanshin stance, the feeling of Sanshin. All right, it's how do you make yourself strong so if you're tested either by an attacker or by your sensei, you're going to be able to resist. And I'm sure there's lots and lots we could talk about. The only bit I want you to talk about is your six-pack. Has anyone left a six-pack behind with a lockdown? No, everyone looks fit as a fiddle. So let's take Sanshin Dachi. Remember, up, tight, face back, shoulders back, spine straight, and don't lean back. Body erect. Now breathe in deep. Just breathe in. Just turn your hands. You're just going to push forward. But first of all, tighten your stomach. 1. Turn your hand over. Breathe in. Push down. Bring your hands in. Push up as you breathe in. Now, as you push out this time, make your stomach even tighter. But I want you to make your stomach tight. Don't just push it out. You can't help pushing it out slightly, but try at the same time to have a feeling that you're working your 2 sets of abdominals into each other. Because there is a danger if you do Sanshin too much by just pushing and trying to spread your stomach, that you will stretch the very thin layer of tissue in between and cause a thing called dysplasia. It's usually only pregnant ladies that get it, but guys get it too. So that's why I learned that I can still do Sanshin, but I have to have this feeling of pushing out, but pushing in. And probably I was told to do it that way from the start, but I did it wrong. Okay, because all the other moves are about pushing and pulling. You work against your own strength. So do the same thing in Sanshin. So you're working against pushing out by pulling in at the same time. So your abs don't move. So we'll do that 4 times, then hand back. So just breathe in. 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 And yummy. Okay. Thank you very much. Enjoyed that. We'll see you all soon. Arigato gozaimashita.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sensei Len. Some really good, interesting stuff there. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Right, everybody, just go and get yourselves a drink just for a minute, and then we'll reconvene. Okay, can you all get yourself either a tennis ball, 2 tennis balls each, or 2 cushions, or something like 2 mitts, and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. 2 cushions each would be good if you haven't got tennis balls. Yeah, that's fine, Alan. 2 of those, that's fine, yeah. Okay, good. So everybody back in the room? Okay, so you can always learn from your students as well as teach your students. And one of my students said to me, oh, we didn't have tennis balls the other day, so we used cushions instead. And I thought that was really, really good idea. So what I'm going to speak to you about is posture, particularly in doing Chudan Kamai and how we use that within our karate. So if you get a tennis ball, I'm just in a seated position here, if you put it below your elbow and down into your side of your body this way, this is the ideal distance that you should be when you're doing particularly your Chudan blocks, okay, or Chudan Kamai. All right. So try and maintain that distance between your elbow and your body, yeah? About a tennis ball or a fist distance between your body. Okay, so if you're doing something like Chudan Uki or Chudan Kamai, this is where your position should be. Your hands should be outside your shoulder line and your elbow should be tight in. So it's a good default position to be in most of your karate techniques like this. When you're also doing fighting kumite, it's exactly the same. So if I just show you when I'm standing, when you're doing jiu kumite, it's much the same. You should have the same distance away between your elbow and your body. So if you're facing that way, for instance, if your lead elbow is forward, your lead hand should be the same distance ahead. If you're facing the other way, that's the same there. Okay, so just try that. Just try and face on sideways with your left foot forward and sideways with your right hand forward. So the default position for that then is that maintains your elbow position with your body position and hip position. So if your right hip's forward, your right elbow should be slightly forward and your right hand should be slightly forward. What I would like you to try and do is have your elbows closer together than your hands. So your elbows should be closer together and your hands should be further apart. Okay, that's a good default position as well. Now, default position being in Chudan blocking, Chudan position. So if we're doing Senshin, for instance, hands outside the shoulder line, elbows closer in together. Now, I'll come back to computer screens and I'll just explain why. It's for a number of reasons, okay? One is it helps you to open your chest out and breathe more easily. So what I want you to do is have your elbows forward, but have your shoulders back and down, okay? This helps you to engage all the muscles in your back as well. So although your elbows are in front of your body, pull your shoulders back. So this is a good position for Senshin, okay? Where your shoulders are back and down, but your elbows are in front of your body. So in other words, don't be shallow in your chest. Don't be shallow in your chest. Be open in your chest like this with the shoulders back and down. Okay. what it does, it helps you to engage all the muscles in your back, as which is connected to all the muscles in your backside and then legs and everything else. Right, okay, so if you look at the computer screen again and watch me, when we're doing fighting, okay, what we try and do is have, like we're doing in basic techniques, keep the elbows in closer than the hands. So the distance between my elbows is smaller than the distance between my hands. When we're doing fighting, we want to be the same this way. So we want our hands out this way, elbows in closer. What that does, it protects you when your attacker is trying to, let's say, kick Mawashigeri or punch a Mawashizuki or something like that. You can then be very protective of your body, but also with your hand up here, it protects you from a Mawashigeri coming round this way. But also you can protect down this way. So you have your hands out further than your elbows, like this, yeah? If you're facing this way, it's much the same. So you can block up and you can block down at the same time. So it's a really good position to be when you're wanting to protect yourself in Ju Kumite, which is just general Kumite, okay? What I'd also like you to do is use those balls or whatever you've got there to move into different stance positions. So if you've got your left hand forward, for instance, I just want you to step with your right foot forward this way. So just keep stepping, but facing your hands towards the front, okay? So you've got to rotate at the elbows to be able to do that. So this way, 1, this way 2, this way 3, and backwards like this. Maintaining the hands towards where you're facing or towards your opponent. Now I want you to try different techniques. So I want you to try a Mai-geri and then keep those things in between your elbows. And then Mai-geri again, 1, and Mai-geri again, 2. Okay, and then kick Mai-ashigeri and back. Mai-ashigeri and back, Mai-ashigeri and back. Now I want you to kick Mawashigeri, but still keep your hands facing forward. Don't, only a low level for now. 1, but keep your hands facing forward. 2, hands facing forward. 3, hands facing forward. Try not to, when you kick, drop this lead hand down. Try and keep your lead hand facing forward, okay? So just go back again. Mawashigeri, keep your lead hand facing forward. 2, 3. This way. Okay, good. So, by doing that, it does a few things. It also helps you to protect yourself, but also it gives, particularly if you're kicking, doing something dynamic like kicking, it helps you to maintain your balance in your posture and your movement. If you start moving your arms and elbows about, then you change your center of gravity. So by keeping a really compact position in your guard, your kamae, it helps you to maintain a good balance. So just try it a few times on your own. Just do a few more ashigeris, a few Mai-geris, and notice how it helps your balance in all your techniques. Good. Okay, thank you. So I hope you understand that. It's really helping you in the way you perform your techniques as well. The other thing is there's a lot of things that we do from one kata to another which are repeated, okay? So if, for instance, we're doing kata sensaru and we're doing this block here, Sensei Len mentioned it earlier on, inugamai, doggy posture. This is the same position with your elbow to the side of your body as when we're doing Chudanuki like this. So if I'm doing inugamai, if I'm doing Chudankamai like this, as in Gikso Daichi and all the other stances, if I'm doing inugamai, this is the same elbow position. The only difference is we're rotating our hand like this. If I'm doing sensaru or even Gikso Daichi or senshin, hand positions like this. If I'm doing shisochin kata, the hand positions are either like this or like this. Yeah. But the elbow position relative to the body stays the same. So if you're ever not sure, that's the position of your elbow in relationship to your body. If you do a kake, for instance, try and keep your elbow in because it makes you stronger as well. As soon as your elbow flares out, your arm becomes detached from the rest of the muscles in your body and becomes weak. As soon as your elbow is in, you become strong. And I can only demonstrate that if we did kake together. But the default position is try and always keep your elbow tucked in and your hands further apart. Okay. Right. So is there any questions on that? Has anybody got any questions on what we just did there, what I explained? Just put your hand up and I'll, if you have. So it's a good training aid, particularly if you've got students who lose their balance when they're doing particularly kicking. It's a really good training aid to train the use of their arms in relationship to their body. Kicking is very, very important that you keep control of what you do with your arms and hands, okay? It doesn't mean you can't move your elbows away from your body, but if you keep them closer to your body, it's a much better option, okay? Much better option for protecting yourself and for being strong. If you're doing really strong, close-in fighting, for instance, keeping your elbows in helps protect your body. As soon as you go like this, you're vulnerable underneath and weak. So down is strong and protected. Okay, good. So that's my last instruction really for today. I could explain more about the use of those training aids, but we're sort of running out of time. So thank you very much, Sensei Len. Have we got anything else to add on that?
No, just that we will be doing this again next month.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, so hopefully Sensei James may be able to join us. He couldn't be with us today. So yeah, the expectation is that Sensei James might join us next month as well. So if you've got any questions, you can either chat me now, do a private chat on the or an open chat on the computer screen. You can, if you want to ask anything in front of everybody else now, put your hands up or mention anything. So is anybody wants to say anything at all? Just put your hand up. I can't see anybody. Okay, so that's good then. So just message me afterwards if you want me to send you a copy of the recording, the club instructors, and I can do that. And thank you very much for your attendance. So we'll just all finish together then. Okay, Kyotsuke. Sensei ni, right? Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for your participation, and hopefully you've learned something. And I'll see you all next month. I'll send you invitations out next month. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei Len. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Cheers. I'll speak to you, Sensei Len. Yeah, I'll speak to you if you're still on, Sensei Len. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm still here. I was only going to ask you, I didn't realise you could record these things. So I'd love to see a copy of that.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's going to be around for a few more months yet. So
yes,
it's good to look at it to see how to improve, you know?
It is, absolutely. Yeah, and it's good listening to you, Sensei, about the things you're saying with about movement, etc. And that particularly this one in Sensoru, the limitation of body movement is something that senior instructors have always said to me, and I try and reiterate. And that goes on with the other parts of the kata as well, doesn't it? About where we limited body movement in all our hips, particularly if we're doing kinsetsu-geri and things like that. So there's a lot of things that follow on, isn't there? From one kata to another. So,
Oh,
you're right, Chris.
Oh, sorry, I've got changed.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have
Okay,
a good day.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers then, Chris.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Yeah, and had you seen that tennis ball thing before? Had you done anything like that before?
No, I hadn't. I found that very useful. I actually didn't quite understand it first. So what I did was I came back to the screen like this.
Right.
No, you said get mitts. I was only kidding. I knew what you meant. And these are nice and thick for rolling up
Yeah.
into the shape.
It's just keeping that distance between your elbow and your lats, isn't it? Your the sides.
One thing is that I need to say, and I say more often these days, is try to do what we're telling you, not necessarily what you're seeing. Now, it's fine for you because you're still a young man, but I'm finding this is going out and out and out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it might be something to do with this. Don't know. It's not too bad.
We can't always do what we try to do. Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
But most people can try and get their hands outside the body and the elbows in. And the benefits of doing that are so much. Particularly if we're doing kakie, like keeping the elbows in all the time, really makes you really strong. And all these things follow on from one kata to another, don't they? So if you do this well in Gikisei Daiichi, you'll do it great in Sansaru and Supuenpei and all the others, And I think sometimes a lot of the students don't understand the importance of getting it's called basic techniques, but it's actually quite senior techniques, isn't it? When we're talking about it, if you get those right, then you're doing your karate in a very knowledgeable and experienced way, aren't you?
I think basic doesn't mean simple; it means fundamental, the correct way.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, right. I think it's time for a cup of tea.
Yeah, absolutely. So nice.
Thanks, Dave. You did very well. I enjoyed getting stuck in as well. Fantastic.
Good.
So we'll see you next month.
See you next month. Yeah.
Cheers then.
Bye-bye.
All right.